Hi everyone. So last session we discussed about like component creation. There are two ways which we discussed. One is through CRXE. Second one is through code base, and we learned like how to design the dialog design, how we can design the dialog. Next we discussed about sling models. Sling models. We discussed about the sling models, and in that sling models there are different multi fields we have. Like I would say multi-field with same type, multi-field with the same type, and multi-field with different types, multi-field with different types. These are the things which we discussed in the last session. So today we can go ahead with the concept called ClientLibs case. So what does it mean by ClientLibs? So generally, all the front-end technologies you can manage by using normally Amazon, Flipkart, anything appearance which will comes through front-end technologies. So all the front-end technologies basically you can manage like designs, all the designs you can manage by using ClientLibs. All the designs you can manage by using ClientLibs. Like if you attend the interview, the basic question they will ask, what is ClientLibs? Can you please explain? Okay. So ClientLibs are the designs. ClientLibs are the designs which will give good feel and look to the websites. Designs which will give good feel and look to the website. Good feel and look to the website. Okay, client lips are the designs which will give good feel and look to the client lips. In the client lib level, there are important properties. Client lib important properties. Important properties. What are the properties? We have important properties. We have like hello proxy. I would say categories and allow proxy. We have dependency and we have embed, right? Categories, allow proxy, dependencies, and embed. So before that, normally I can show you. For example, I will go to our project. We are working with there is a project called August Batch project, right? So simply I can open that project and then we can try to understand. So generally, I would like to open AEM localhost AEM start additional. So simply here I should give admin and here also password as admin and sign in. And can you please go with your project? There is a sites and there is a product called August Batch, and then go with that any page. Like I am going with the EN page. Okay, so once you open that page, parallel you can open CRXT as well. Tools, CRXT, and then where we have August Batch, right? Okay. So there is a component called uh, if you can see here, the component is Apple, and there I added some text on all, but this is normal plain text. But I want to add some designs, meaning background. I want to add some color padding. So these kind of all CSS properties I want to apply. If I want to apply, normally if you go with the inline approach, so that I can show you. Normally, if I go with the inline approach, how we can write with the inline approach. For example, for this title, I want to add some color, background color. So generally, inline approach is you can take a style, and here you should mention like background color. Okay, I would mention some red or some blue color. I would like to mention some blue color. Okay. If I go to the EN page, if I load the EN page, so background color is adding, right? So this is how generally you can apply all the CSS properties using ClientLibs. Using ClientLibs. But if I go with this approach, this is the recommended approach. No, this is not a recommended approach. So how we can apply all the CSS properties? There is a concept we have called ClientLibs. ClientLibs is the option where we can add all the front-end technologies in the ClientLibs folder. Okay, so how we can add, how we can create ClientLibs and all, I can show you. So if I remove this inline CSS, if I go with this one, so everything is gone. Now I need to load all the CSS properties through ClientLibs. So how you can do that one? Simply go to the CRXTE and there is a folder called ClientLibs, right? There is a folder called ClientLibs. Okay. So what you can do? Right click on it and there is a create node and mention the node name. So in my case, I am mentioning ClientLib hyphen. The name I would mention like some Apple. Okay. This is the Apple component, right? I am mentioning as the Apple. And type is also CQ client library, CQ colon client library folder. This is the prop type you should mention. Okay, click on OK, save this one, and inside this one. So generally all the front end technologies we can manage by using ClientLibs. So as of now, I want to add the CSS properties. So for managing all the CSS file, generally we will create folder, right? So similarly, I am creating one more folder, and inside this folder where I can keep all the CSS files. So simply I am mentioning the folder called CSS. This is normal folder, and inside this CSS folder I can kept all the CSS files. So simply what I am doing, create and create file, and I would mention like a main.css. This is the one file, and I would like to mention create and create file. So here I would mention some index.css. These are the two files. So generally the purpose of CSS folder, CSS is the folder which is used to hold all the CSS files. Okay, now I want to add effects to the these elements. So there are multiple ways, like through class you can give the CSS properties, through IDs you can give the CSS properties, through directly elements also you can give the CSS properties. So as of now what I am doing, I try to give the CSS properties through class. So simply you can take the class attribute class equal to, you can give the class name. So here I would give the class name called article title is the class name is. Article title is the class name. Okay. So this simply I'm copying this class name and I can go with the any of that file. For example, I am going with this file. So how you can access the class? We can access the class by using dot and class name. Okay, so here I can whatever the properties I want, I can able to add all the properties. Meaning I want background background color I want some red. Okay, next I want color text color I want some black. Generally it will be in the black, and if you want this I can mention as the some green color. Okay, and this I can mention like as red color, and the font size I would mention some 20 pixels. Okay, and padding. These are all the CSS properties. So here also I would like to add some 20 pixels. Okay, margin left, right. So based on the requirement, we will take the CSS properties. As of now, I am taking these properties. Okay, this is okay. So same way, what I can do, I can go to the again apple.html, and in description as well I would like to take one more class. I would like to take one more class here, like class equal to, this is what article description, right? So the same name I can mention. Article description is the class name, and simply I can copy this class name, and I would go to the index.css. So where I can add all the properties, whatever the properties I want, here I can able to add. Like here also same, I can say background color, some I would say some blue color, and normal text color. Like this you can able to add all the properties, black. Okay, yeah. So parallel to CSS, we need to create one more file called css.txt. So simply create one file and mention css.txt. css.txt. So generally when you request the, like when you try to load the page, the properties, all the properties, whatever the properties which we written inside these folders, so thus all the properties will be loaded by using this path. This will be act as a root for these all the files, css.txt. So here we can mention like hash base equal to css, and all file names you can mention. There is a file called main.css is the one file, and index.css is the second file. Simply I'm saving this one. Simply I'm saving this one. Okay. Uh, so here we discussed about the client libs, and here the next point is, next question is, how many ways you can include the client libs? How many ways we can include the, client libs? So client libs you can include, there are two ways guys. We can include the client libs, there are two ways. One is the component level, second one is the template level. First I will tell you how to include client lib in component level. So once you will get the clarity, then you can go ahead with how to include client lib in template level. Okay. So for including in component level, so there is two lines of cyclic code we have. So generally you can look for the include client libs in cyclic. This is the thing you can search in the Chrome. Then you will get the git repository, go inside. So from that you can copy these two lines. And again you should come to the crste and go to the apple.html, and so above you can add two lines, and got it right. Now you should add the property called categories. Okay. There are four properties we have guys. There are four properties. So what is the purpose of categories property? Categories property which is used to identify the, uniquely identifying the client libs, uniquely identifying the client libs. Okay, next allow proxy is the property which is used to hide the actual path of the client lib. Dependency is the property which is used to include one client lib into the another client lib. One client lib into the another client lib. Another client lib. Next we have embed. Embed meaning multiple client libs, multiple client libs, they can load into, single call. Okay. So these are the the purpose of each property. Now there is a component level. So in that, if you want to access that specific client library, then you can mention categories property here. So simply you can go to there and mention the ClientLib apple and mention categories and mention the name. So where I would mention the name called so this is the name which I am mentioning. Okay, simply I am saving this one. You can copy this name, guys. You can copy this name, and then there is the two sightly lines which I copied from Chrome. So you can give the client categories name here. Then only you can able to access. So if you can see here without client lips, and I added few of the properties. Now I am trying to reload the page. Now when I am trying to reload the page, now you can see here the the properties applied or not. The properties applied. Okay. So how these properties are coming? These properties are coming, including client lips in site lib, also called as including client lips in component level. This is clear, no? So what I did actually, I created one client lib. How we can create? Simply create a node and mention a type as a CQ component folder, and inside. So now there are many CSS files for organizing all the CSS files. Generally, we can keep inside one folder, and parallel to that CSS folder, we will mention css.txt. css.txt meaning, so there is when controller we have, so we are telling to that there are in the base, this is the base, in that base we have these many files. So the controller, it will go to that location and it can load all the properties from there itself. From there itself. Okay, fine. This is okay. Now there is other way called template level. What is template and all? So coming sessions you will be understand. So as of now, there is other way to include the client libs, that is called template level. So see what I am doing. Simply I am going to the apple.html and then I am removing these two lines. I can save the file. I can reload the page. Now the properties will go on. The properties will go on. That is scenario number one. We included the client libs in HTML. That is the scenario number one. In scenario number two, we can we can include in template level. How we can include in template level? There is an option called edit template, and in that edit template again we have the option called page policy. Go to that, and there is an option called page policy, and in that page policy you can add the client library name. Okay, so what client library category name given there itself, go to that, and then you can copy this one. This is the categories names. Okay, you can copy this one and go to template level. No, go to the template level. There is a template. This is the template level. In that you can add the category name. Okay, client lib category name, and simply you can save. Now again you can go to the page. Now all the properties able to we can see. So see, all the properties are coming. These are the two ways to access, to render the CSS properties, guys. One is through sidely called component level, and second one is template level. So some compared to component level, template level is easy. Simply we will give the categories property. That categories property you can give that name in the template level. So how this page can load based on that categories name. Okay, whatever the categories name given there in the template level. So based on that, it can load all the properties, and that properties will be displayed on the page. This is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. This is clear, right? Client lips are the designs which will give good feel and look to the website. Okay. Okay, how many ways you can include the client lib? There are two ways to include the client libs, and categories is the property and which is uniquely identified the client libs. I hope this is clear, right? For example, there are 100 client libs. How we can recognize? For example, here there are almost 25 members, right? How you can recognize each person with the names, right? So same here also, categories is the property which is used to identify the uniquely identifying the client library. Next, allow proxy. Allow proxy generally I will show you here. I am going to the preview mode and inspect. So my client library categories name, I can look with the client library category name. Client lib. Um, uh, uh. See guys, my client libs are loading from which part? This is loading from the apps part. So this is my actual location. Okay. My same code if I push into the live also, if third party person also, if that person can inspect my page, that person also can able to see my actual path. So if that person can able to see my path, then there is no issue. When issue will come? Issue will come when third party person can manipulate the data. Okay, that is not a good thing, right? There is a chance to manipulate the data if the person knows the actual path. So if you want to, so that is the reason for security purpose. What we are doing, we are hiding the actual path by using allow proxy property. So now if you can see, actually when I try to look with the client lib hyphen with that category name, it is loading from the apps. The same thing. Now I am trying to add the allow proxy property. You can see what happened. Mm, Simply go to the client libs. Now here I am trying to add the property called allow proxy. Okay, allow proxy boolean equal to true. Now again I am going to the same page. This is the previous result, right? Now again I can reload the page and again I can do the inspect. Again I can do the inspect. Client lib app. See, previous case it is loaded from apps folder, but now it is loaded from the etc folder. Allow proxy is the property for security purpose, which actually it can hide the actual path and it can show for the end users for different path. Okay, these are the two things. Like you can, this is with respect to CSS. No, now we'll try to understand with respect to JS as well. For example, mm, how we can manage JS. So all JS's files you can keep one JS folder. So simply you can create one folder and mention folder name called JS, and inside JS file you can mention all JS files like I can mention like first.js, and here also I would like to mention there is something. Generally we can go with the normal one file. So here I can try to JS means we can give the dynamic nature to any website, right? So here what I am doing, on click alert function, on click alert in JavaScript. So see here, there is a on click, and when I click on here, you will get the one pop-up box. You will get the one pop-up box. Okay, the same thing. H1 tag. These two I can copy from here, and I can go and then I can add to. apple.html. Simply go to the components. In that, go to apple.html, and in that you can try to add these two like JavaScript, right? So here I am, please click here. This is the some text which I am adding, and there is a JavaScript file, right? That code also I am writing. I can keep this one in that JS file. There is a JS file, right? First.js. So here I can keep that one. Simply I am saving this one, and here also there is a one more folder, base folder. You can mention js.txt. Save this one. This should be parallel to this one. So that case, you can yeah. So here we can write hash base equal to js, and what is the file name? First.js. You can save the file and go to the en page, reload the en page. Go down. Please click me here and keep in preview mode and click on this. Click on this. Please click me here, and then when you click this one, you will get the that one js.txt and js files. Clientlib, css, css.txt, and js.txt. First.js. 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 Click on this js.txt. Hash base equal to js and first.js. Reload the page, and then preview mode. Click on this. You will get the dialog box. So this is any website you can give dynamic nature using JavaScript. Any kind of JavaScript you can write same way. All JS files can kept like this. I hope you guys are clear what I'm saying. There are all CSS topics now. All CSS topics, whatever, like can simply can take the files. There you can write all the CSS property. Same way, you have the JS also, right? JS also can add all the like functions and all dynamic nature, whatever the dynamic nature we want, that you can mention in that file, so that we can load it to the page like this. Okay, so if you can see like this, will any page you can do the dynamic nature. This is how you can apply the JS as well. And now next there is a property called dependencies. Dependency meaning, for example, if I go to here, there are how many client libs are available. Apple is I created just now, and this base dependency grid site is the default one. Now my requirement is there are total 5, right? So this client libs have some properties, and this client lib have some properties like that, right? And this is currently I'm using. I want to access these properties from there to here, inheriting. From there to here, you can use dependency. Okay, dependency is the property which is used to include one client library into another client library. Okay, and what does it mean by embed? For example, there are total 5 client libraries: base, dependencies, grid, and site. If you want to load all these client library properties into a single call, then we can go ahead with the embed. Dependency and embed, those two properties are to inherit the properties from another client library. But when you go with the dependency, you can take only one. But when you go with the embed, you can load all the client libraries into single call. So that is the meaning here. Dependency meaning which is used to include one client library into the another client library. And but where in case we have the embed, which means multiple client libs, they can load into single code. All the client libs can load into single code. You can load into the single code. This is clear now? So this is all about client libs, guys. I hope this is clear, everybody. So today what your assignment is, create one client library and you can design these properties. So last session you created multi-field and all, right? So for all the multi-field fields, all the multi-field elements, you can add different colors. So you can set like which are the colors will give the good feel and the good look. So that those colors you can give, and then add a JS functions as well, and then create write one assignment. I mean, do one assignment, and that assignment you can upload in the portal. That you can upload in the portal. This is clear now. So this is all about client lips, guys. This is clear. Anyone have any issues? Client lips. Client lips are used to designs, for add the designs to the page, any page. Background colors. Okay, if you want to adjust the components from left to right, all CSS properties you can make by using client lips itself. Okay? So this is your assignment, guys. So I hope last all assignments everybody completed, right? Anybody is pending? You are the new person, right? Your name? GN. GN. You attended, I hope you not attended from starting to the end, right? Local center. Then local center. Local center. Remaining persons completed everybody. Last assignments completed. Completed or not? Remaining, all of them completed, right? You guys completed. 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 Okay, this is your assignment, guys. Today assignment is about client lists, and all of them please do the assignment, and then you can. So this video will be already available in the live, and if it is not available.